Hey everyone, Ellie here, and we've got Josiah. We are out in the Columbia River Gorge, just outside Portland, Oregon. And today we're gonna take you through a full body workout. It's gonna be a little under 30 minutes, like 26 to 28-ish, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna be on one black spring to start, so get that loaded up. Front of the machine today is at this end. You've got your back platform at the back over here. And we're gonna start in a giant saw. So that means your knees are gonna be on the back platform. You're gonna pull the carriage to you, forearms on the carriage to start. I'm gonna grab a stopwatch so I make sure I keep track of time for you guys. Perfect, and you can see Josiah here. Shoulders, hips, knees are gonna be in one long line. You're keeping your core really steady, really tight. You're sending the carriage out slowly and with control. And then using your abs, using your lats, pulling it right back in. You want to try to keep your neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. And you want to try to keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. We'll start to tune into our breathing here. So it's nice big inhales, nice full exhales, steady, slow, deep breath. We've got about 25 seconds here. And this is really just our warm up. We're starting to warm up our core, warm up our body a little bit. Perfect. Let's go 15 seconds, and then we're gonna step up the intensity just a little bit. We're gonna move into a giant cobra. So we'll rise all the way up onto our palms. In 5, we're going giant cobra in 4, 3, 2. So the forearms are gonna stay in. We're gonna push down through the flats of our hands, rising up onto the hands, perfect. And then slowly lowering down with control. Now listen, as you do this one, you don't have to bring your elbows all the way down to the carriage. What you can do as you're working on building strength is you're just gonna find a bend in the elbows where the abs stay tight, where you don't feel the low back start to dip, and then you're gonna push through the hands, rise back up. And this might be super small to start, right? That's how we're gonna, I guess, notice our progress on this machine, is by noticing how we get deeper into the moves over time. Nice work. You're gonna feel this in the backs of the arms, the triceps are working here, and still working through the core. Right, and at any point, if this is too much, you come back to the forearm saw. We've got 15 seconds. Nice work, Josiah. We're working out in the sun today, so I'm sure we're gonna be feeling it a little bit more. In 5, we're gonna come up to the toes, and we're gonna come up to our hands. We're going giant plank. In 3, 2, and 1. Show me a giant plank here. So toes tucked on our back platform, hands underneath the shoulders. From here, we're gonna go one mountain climber. So we're gonna draw the right knee towards the chest and back, and then the left knee towards the chest, back. And then we go one giant bear. Bend both knees, drag the carriage in, beautiful. You'll notice Josiah's keeping his back really flat here, nice and tabletop. That's super important. Now, if your hips are gonna drop in either direction, you'd rather lift the hips up a little bit higher than allow them to sink lower. Let's make sure we do one mountain climber, one bear. We got 25 seconds. We're headed to the front of the machine. You got this. We're gonna move on to our right oblique next. 15 seconds. We're headed to the front. It's gonna be a side plank. Right forearm on the front platform, knees or toes on your carriage. In 5, in 4, in 3, hustle, 2, 1. Right forearm side plank, front of the machine. All right, so you have the option here to have your knees down on the carriage, perfect. Left arm, let's go ahead and extend it up towards the sky. And from here, we're gonna take a little thread the needle. Wherever you're at, left arm reaching underneath you, follow your hand with your eyes, and then unwind, lengthen back up nice and tall. Beautiful. We're gonna go 10 seconds here. We're gonna bring both forearms down to the front platform next. Toes on the carriage, we're gonna keep that swivel in our hips. It's gonna be a twisted forearm bear, still working the right oblique. In 3, 2, 1, both forearms down, toes tuck on the carriage, right? And Josiah's got a great option there. You can try this on your knees too, but it's a twisted forearm bear. Awesome, exactly like this. You're driving the knees in, you've got that swivel in your hips, still feeling your right oblique. Let's go 10 seconds here, stick with it. I know it's tough. Shoulders away from the ears, lengthen your neck. In 5, hands to the tall handlebars. In 4, right foot over left. In 3, it's teaser. 2, 1, bring it up. Hands to the high handlebars. Right foot steps in front of left. Square your chest forward to the front of your machine. And then legs stay pretty straight here. So you're driving your right hip up over your right shoulder, pausing before you lose the tension in the oblique, and then we send it right back out nice and slow. Try to make your range of motion a little bit smaller to make the movement even more intense in your right oblique. You're doing great. 25 seconds to go here, team. Whew. Breathe through it. We're headed to a running man next, and that's going to help us transition into our leg series today. 10 seconds. Hold it out right here. Take it out. Hold. Give me a little pulse through the right side. Little pulse. Tiny pulse. For 8, 7. In 6, we're going running man. Left foot stays on the carriage. Right leg extended. In 3, 2, 1. Hands stay. We're going to come up onto the ball of our left foot. Right leg extends straight out behind us. And then from here, as you slide the carriage out, pull the right knee in towards the chest. Gorgeous. And then extend out. See if you can point the right toes, make it really pretty here. Yeah, there we go. Nice, Josiah. And you're really going to have to stabilize your upper body over the front platform. So lock your chest in place over the platform, soften the elbows a little bit. And then think about the left leg. It's kind of like a single leg catfish, right? So you're keeping a bend in the knee, you're scooping through the low belly to drag the carriage forward and controlling it on the way out. On this next one, extend your right leg out and hold. Lower the heel of your left foot down to the carriage to find a little more stability. Point your right toes really long through the right leg. Squeeze your right glute and just pulse the right leg up. Little pulse up, little squeeze. Find the glute, find the hamstring. You're here. 10, 9, 8. In 7, step the right foot forward to the floor. We're going front lunge in 3, 2, 1. Left foot stays, right foot steps in front of your front platform for front lunge. Gorgeous. So we move right into our right leg pretty seamlessly here. And then a couple things to check in on, right? If you don't like your foot on the floor, you can always place it up on top of your platform. That's totally fine. But if you find that some of the exercises are tricky because these platforms are little, remember you can always bring your foot to the floor. Right knee is staying stacked right over the right ankle. And this is important. Drive down through your right heel as you lift up. We're focusing on the back line of your right leg. So squeezing the right glute, the right hamstring, driving through your heel. And when you get to the top, you want to leave just a little bit of a bend in your knee. Nice control, Josiah. On this next one, team, let's take it down. Let's hold it down. From here, we're going to hit a little bit of a carriage kick. So we're going to drag the back knee in and then slowly send it right back out. If you've got the handlebars, you're welcome to hold on to them for a little support, or you can use your pole. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7. Stick with it for 4, 3. Drag the back knee in and hold. So back knee is underneath your hip. From here, we're going to do a little Bulgarian split squat variation. So drive through the right heel and lift straight up. Try to keep the carriage steady. Bend the back knee, lower down. Nice. And if those shakes are starting to creep in, keep going here. That is the magic of this workout. We're working to fatigue our muscles, right? We're working to get to that place where we start to get a little shaky. We're working towards muscle failure. Here's 5. In 4, back to your lunge and hold. In 3, 2, 1. Extend the back leg out, hold. Hinge forward from your hips here, arms back behind you, palms face up, just pump the arms right here. We're going 10 seconds. We're headed to side kicks. 1 red, 1 black. Right foot on the floor, left foot on the carriage. In 3, 2, 1. Step it forward, Josiah. And we're going to go 1 red, 2 black, right? 1 if you need it. We'll sit down into a squat position just as Josiah's done. And then we're extending out through the left leg. So where you place the left foot, totally up to you. But where you place it makes a difference, right? So the very front edge of that carriage that's closest to you will give you more resistance, right? Whereas when you take the foot further towards that back rail on the carriage, they'll give you just a little bit less resistance, right? So really focus staying low in the right leg. It's an isometric hold on the right side. And then we're controlling the carriage not only on the way out, but slowly on the way back in. Notice what's going on in the head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe you can slide the shoulder blades towards your back pockets and draw your belly in. In 4, we're gonna hold a squat position. In 3, 2, 1. So both knees are bent. We're gonna hold the carriage pretty steady. We're gonna see if we can sink the hips back a little lower And then drive through both heels, lift up. Don't lock out the knees at the top. Yes, right back down. Slow, slow, slow. We've got 15 seconds here. We're headed back to our side kicks again. In 4, 3, bring it down, hold. You got this. Slow and steady side kicks. Kick it out. 15 seconds to go in this move. We're headed to runner's lunge next. Listen, guys, these transitions, they matter, right? We're trying to achieve muscle failure and fatigue. That means we need to get there quickly. It's going to be right foot, front platform, left toes tuck onto the carriage in 3, 2, 1. Runner's lunge. Right foot on the front platform, left toes tuck onto the carriage. Nice work. So we're trying to find a really deep bend here into the right thigh. If it helps to hang on to the handlebars, great. If you want more of a balance challenge, we're gonna bring the chest a little bit more upright. And then there's two things that happen here on runner's lunge. Let's talk about where we place our right foot. You wanna make sure the right heel is somewhere solid on that front platform or that rail, so you can dig your heel down into the platform. That's gonna help light up the back side of the right leg, which is still our focus. And then two common mistakes I see all the time is either the right knee pushing forward over the toes or pulling back behind your right heel. So when we let our knee drift forward towards our toes, we put a lot of pressure on that joint. When it drifts behind the heel, we're taking the work out of that leg, right? That is the last thing we want to do. You've worked really hard to get to this point in your class, so you want to make sure you maintain the tension in your leg. In 4, left knee under the hip, hold in 3, 2, 1. Pause right here. Okay, we're gonna go back to that Bulgarian split squat, but now we're holding the tension on the carriage. Nice, and you'll notice maybe, you can see just his back leg shaking a little bit. That is exactly what you want. Okay, we're working towards muscle fatigue, muscle failure, and it's super important that when you get to those shakes, you breathe and you stay in it, because that is where you're gonna find the change is happening in your muscles. Let's go back to runner's lunge in 3. Bring it down and hold in 2, 1. Down, hold. Back to runner's lunge. 15 seconds. One more move for the right leg. We're going to 1 black spring, and we're going to a reverse curtsy floor lunge. I know that sounds like a lot. Don't worry, we'll get there together. In 5, 1 black spring. In 3, 2, 1. I got your spring, Sai. We're on the back of the machine, so we're gonna bring our right foot to the floor over here by me, Sai. Right foot to the floor on the left side of your machine, and your left toes are gonna tuck into the carriage. So your legs are a little bit crossed here, and you might have to adjust yourself by hopping the right foot maybe forward a little bit, to the right a little bit more. Good. So check out your legs just to make sure we got this set up right. Your right foot is the foot closest to your back platform. Your left toes are tucked behind you on the carriage, right? And that's what's gonna create this curtsy effect so that you're really hitting the outer side of your right glute. Good. And this one is tough. You're pulling against that light spring tension. It's the last move on your right leg. So we really gotta focus in here. And when you're working out in 80-degree weather, it makes a difference too. You're doing great, Sai. This time we're gonna bring it down and hold in 3, 2, 1. We're going Shiva Kick. Drag your back knee in, hug it in towards your right thigh, squeeze. Slowly send it back out. Good, big exhale, squeeze. Inner thighs together. It's your left knee tugging behind your right knee. So think about a Shiva Kick in yoga. This is much the same thing. In 5, we go back to the lunge. This is where we finish the right leg. In 4, 3, 2. Back leg is long, drive through the heel, lift up. Woo! We've got 25 seconds. If you got a wall for stability, a chair, a pole, grab it, stay in the exercise. This is where you get the most gain. You worked so hard to create this feeling in your right leg. Do not let it go yet. 10 seconds. We're headed back to the front of the machine. We're gonna go into just a saw. In 4, in 3, 2, 1. Front of the machine. Forearms on the front platform, knees on the carriage. We're just gonna find saw, and we're gonna hopefully catch our breath here. Okay, the beautiful thing about this machine, why I love it so much, it's like a mini version of the Microformer, right? So that means our transitions are even easier. Because the machine is so small, we can get from one end to the other super quick. We can change the spring super quick because everything is literally 2 steps away from you. Okay, let's get back to our workout now that we know why this machine is so awesome, right? So, shoulders, hips, knees, one long line. Can you lengthen out your neck into alignment with the rest of the spine? And again, we're just bringing some awareness right up and down your 6-pack. So you're working deep into the transverse abdominals. Use your exhales. Imagine bringing in through the sides of the waistline like a corset. 10 seconds. We're going left forearm, side plank. Left forearm, side plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left forearm down, right arm to the sky. Knees or toes, either way. But focus in on making sure you're stacking both shoulders over your left elbow and press through the entire left forearm. Now let's thread the needle. So right arm reaching under and through. Follow the hand with your eyes. And then unthread. Again, follow the hand with the gaze. Nice work up on the toes, Josiah. Maybe you guys can jump up to the toes if you're not there. In 5, both forearms down. We're going twisted forearm bear. Still hitting our left oblique. In 3, 2, 1. Both forearms down. Let's go into that twisted bear. Bend through the knees, squeeze and cinch through the left side of your waistline. Right, we got this. Hang tough, stay with me, team. 15 seconds, we're going teaser. Hands to the high handlebars, left foot over right. Toes are facing your right shoulder. In 5, teaser, left oblique. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up, left foot over right. Square your shoulders to the front of the machine, legs are straight. And you're piking through the left side of your waistline here. Okay? Let's talk about it real quick. If you don't have the handlebars, you can grab onto the platform rails. Know that that is going to make the exercise way more intense. And know that that's also your option. If you need a little more intensity here, hands on the platform rails is a really great option. Right? And if it's too intense on the rails and you don't have handlebars, come to your knees and focus on finding a little pike, a little squeeze through your waistline. Right? No matter which version of the machine you have, we can make this work. In 4, out and hold. In 3, 2, 1, out, hold. Little pulse through the waistline. 10 seconds, squeeze. Burn out your left oblique. We are going into running man. It's gonna be left leg that extends back behind us. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands stay. Hips face forward. You're on the ball of the right foot. And it's going to be the left leg that extends back. Point your left toes. As you pull the left knee in towards your chest, send the carriage out nice and slow. Right? So it's this switching sensation with the knees. You really want to make this smooth and controlled. Think single leg catfish with the right leg. And think warming up your left leg. Okay, so our left leg series is on deck. We want to warm up the left leg. So squeeze the glutes, send the toes to the back of the room, wherever it is you are at home, and really reach beyond the space of your toes. In 4, send the left leg out, hold. In 3, 2, 1. Left leg is going out, hold. Lower the right heel down for a little more stability. Point your toes. Reach the left leg out super long, squeeze your glute, little pulse up, little pulse up, little pulse up. Let that lift happen from your glute. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7. Left foot steps forward to the floor. We're going front lunge in 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot forward. Right toes are gonna stay on the carriage, and then we're taking it down nice and slow. Great transition, Josiah. And remember,
thanks, babe.
Our transitions get better over time, right? So you can come back to this routine and you can practice making your transitions really smooth. And that's important because we want to keep our left leg engaged the entire left leg series. That is going to make it the most effective, right? The most effective means our muscles are going to get the biggest results in the shortest amount of time. So while we're in the movement, it's all about going slow and controlled. And when we're moving or transitioning from one exercise to the next, how do we get there in as few steps as possible? Fortunately, the machine, like I said, mini version, so you don't need to take very many steps. All right, in 4, let's bring it down for our hold. In 3, 2, 1, down, hold. Back knee is coming in. Check in with your left knee here, guys. Is it still stacked over the ankle? Right, actually look down at your left knee. Make sure you've got it over your left heel and dig down into your left heel. Light up your left glute, your left hamstring. Back leg's along for the ride, but it's probably pretty fatigued at this point. In 4, back knee in and hold. In 3, 2, 1, back knee and hold. Bulgarian split squat. So we're gonna lift up. Don't lose the tension in the left leg. You worked really hard to build it up. Take your time, check back in with the left knee. It's gotta stay over the ankle. And if you're shaking, do not back away from the shake. That is the magic in your muscles that is happening. That is change. That is what we're fighting to get to. The sooner you get to in every exercise, the better. We go back to our lunge in 3, 2, 1. Back to the lunge, up and down, full range of motion. 15 seconds. Breathe, refocus, slow and controlled movement. You are strong, you are worth it, you got this. In 4, bottom of the lunge, hold. In 3, 2, 1, bottom of the lunge, hold. Arms back behind you, hinge forward from your hips, hug your thumbs towards one another, pump the arms for 10, 9, we're going side kicks. 1 red, 1 or 2 black. In 3, 2, 1, side kicks. So we're gonna find a squat position. It's left foot on the floor, right heel on the carriage. So watch Josiah here, he's gonna sit back, weight into his heels, right? And then he's slowly kicking the right leg out, slowly resisting back in. And feel the difference in the tension. Right now we've got this really heavy pressing move. And it does not matter to me how low you get in this exercise. I don't care at all. What matters is that you're feeling your left leg, kind of like it's in a squat, right? And that you're feeling your right leg. And then what's really important is the alignment of your spine and that your abs stay engaged. So try not to round through your back here, but focus. Lengthen from the crown of your head back through your tailbone, and your weight is sitting back into your heels. And not only is your weight sitting back into your heels, actively dig your heels down into the floor, and that's gonna get you even more engagement. In 4, we're gonna find our squat. In 3, 2, 1, find your squat. From here, we'll sink it a little lower. Drive through the heels, do not straighten out your legs all the way. Micro bend at the top, we take it right back down. Good, you wanna try to keep a little bit of tension on your carriage and try to keep the carriage nice and steady. We're going back to our side kicks. 1 more squat here. Stay with us, slow and controlled. Take it down in 3, hold, 2, 1, down, hold. Back to side kicks, final 15 seconds in this move. We're going to runner's lunge next. Left foot on top of your front platform. Make sure you find a solid place for your left heel to go. In 4, 3, 2, 1, runner's lunge. Left foot on the front platform, right toes tuck on the carriage. Okay, so 2 different ways to make this super challenging, right? When Josiah started this exercise, he was super low, hanging onto the handlebars. That is one option. Option 2, you come up a little higher and you have to stabilize your entire body in this movement. Okay, another way you can adjust the intensity. If you need a little less intensity, I'm gonna tell you, just hop your left foot to the floor. That's gonna give you a little less spring tension to work against. If you need more intensity, you bring your right toes to the front edge of your carriage. That is gonna give you more spring resistance. Let's check in. Left knee over the left heel. Look at your left knee and your left heel. Are they stacked? Are they in alignment? It does make a difference. Every little bit of this workout that you can fine tune is going to make it more effective. So do not discount how important each micro movement is. We're gonna bring that back knee in and hold in 3, 2, 1. So knee under the hip, we're going Bulgarian split squats. We'll lift up and then slow and controlled, we'll take it down. Nice.
I should mention here, if you are taller, like Josiah, when we do these heavy pressing moves, they are gonna be more challenging, right? If you're on the shorter side like me, they're gonna be just a little bit easier, right? And we know how to work with the machine to get the intensity that we need. Nice work, side. If you're shaking, if you're sweating, you are doing it right. We're gonna take it down, we're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, hold, you got this. Runner's lunge, 15 seconds. We're gonna change up our spring tension. We're headed back to one light spring, okay? It's one black if you're on the micro. We're headed to the back of the machine, reverse floor curtsy lunge. So it will be our left foot on the floor, our right toes crossed behind us for the carriage. In 4, in 3, 2, 1, black spring, let's go. Coming down to the right hand side of your machine. Okay, left foot on the floor next to the back platform. Right foot's gonna cross behind you. I think I just felt a little sprinkle of Josiah's sweat, so we're doing great here. Okay, left knee again stays over the ankle. And anytime we're hitting a floor lunge, you are gonna hinge forward from your hips just a little bit. That's gonna help keep the length in your spine, which is super important, right? We don't wanna put any undue pressure onto our lower back, so check in, the core is tight too. And then focus. All you need to do is stay in this exercise a little bit. This is the final one on your left leg. You worked really hard to get to this point. You worked really hard to create this sensation in your left leg, right? So make this count. In 4, we're gonna bring it down and hold. Shiva Kicks in 3, 2, 1. Back knee is coming forward, touching behind your left knee. Squeeze your inner thighs together. This is our inner thigh work for the day. 15 seconds, we're just kicking. Hang onto the wall, your platform, your handlebar, whatever you need. Hang on to this exercise for 5, for 4. Back to your lunge to finish in 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it up. Right back down. 15 seconds, you are finished with your legs. Finish out your left leg how you want to feel. 10 seconds. We are going giant reverse plank. Hands to your back platform, toes on the carriage. In 3, 2, 1. Giant reverse plank. This is your finisher, final 60 seconds of class. Strong plank position, toes on the carriage, hands to the back platform. From here, we're going one bear. Bend the knees, drag it in. Send it out, full plank, one plank to pike. Pike the hips up. Beautiful, that's it. You are 20 seconds into your finisher. That means you've got now under 40 to go. Keep alternating the two. Focus in deep into your abs, deep into your core. If you want more intensity for the last 25 seconds, hands come to the floor behind the back platform. 15 seconds, team. Look, Josiah's gonna go for it. Are you gonna go for it? Get your hands down to the floor behind that platform. Keep your body moving right here. This is it. Final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Woo! You are done. Holy smokes, guys. Good. Let's come together here. So wherever you are, whether you're on a seat, whether you're standing, we're gonna take 2 deep breaths to close our class today, okay? Inhale, arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Give yourselves a hand. Hell yes. Great job. We'll see you guys again soon, someplace new.